Welcome everyone to the deep dive. Today we're digging into some source material that offers this really powerful but actually very simple formula for life.
hmm
The core idea, well, according to this teaching we've been looking at, is that basically everything you need to know fits into just 3 steps.
Yeah.
It's a bold claim, right? It says we often make things super complicated, but, we don't actually have to.
Exactly. And that's what our deep dive is really about today, unpacking that formula. What are the steps? How's it meant to work? And crucially, how does this source connect it all back to that fundamental idea that our beliefs are like the engine driving our whole experience?
Okay, let's jump right in then. The formula itself. Step 1, according to this source, is pretty straightforward. In any given moment, you look at the options available and you choose the one that holds the most excitement for you.
Right. Even if it's just a tiny bit more, that's the signal.
Just a little bit more excitement. Yeah, that's the path.
Okay, and then part 2 builds right on that. Once you've pinpointed that most exciting thing, you act on it.
Yeah.
You really go for it to the absolute best of your ability, as far as you can possibly take it right then.
Until you literally can't take it any further in that moment.
Exactly.
And then comes the third piece, and this is maybe where it gets a bit counterintuitive for a lot of us. You do all that, choosing the excitement, acting fully but with absolutely zero insistence, like no fixed idea about what the outcome should be.
Yeah, no assumptions about how it's all supposed to play out. You just kind of follow that thread of excitement.
Okay.
And this, the source suggests, is where the magic happens, so to speak. By doing this consistently, excitement, action, no insistence, you apparently activate what it calls the toolkit of excitement.
The toolkit. Okay, what does that mean, like practically?
Well, the teaching suggests it's not just a metaphor for, trying hard. It's supposed to be this active principle that actually brings you what you need. It becomes the force organizing synchronicity, guiding you effortlessly down the path of least resistance.
So life itself starts providing the resources, the connections.
That's the idea. Whatever aligns with the energy of that excitement you're acting on.
Interesting. So it's not just about feeling good. It's like that feeling is a trigger for action that then unlocks support.
Precisely. And this is where it ties back so strongly to our inner world. The teaching says this path you're on, the one guided by excitement, it acts like a reflective mirror.
A mirror, okay?
It's constantly showing you what's really going on inside your own consciousness.
Okay, so what about those times when things don't flow? When you hit roadblocks or it feels difficult, even if you thought you were following the formula?
Exactly. According to this source, any circumstance that pops up while you're following your excitement, no matter how it looks, is part of that mirror. If you hit friction or confusion, maybe unwanted feelings, it's not saying you messed up.
Okay.
It's highlighting definitions or beliefs inside you that are out of alignment with your true self and with that flow of excitement.
Okay, and this is where the belief stuff comes right back in, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This teaching is super clear on this. Your perception of reality, it says, is literally created by what you believe is true. Your underlying beliefs are what drive your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, everything.
Which brings up a really crucial point. The source states flat out, anytime you feel something unwanted or have a nagging negative thought or do something you wish you didn't, you can always trace it back. It's rooted somewhere in an unconscious belief you hold.
So the real work then is finding that belief. But how do you know, according to this, if you've actually found the core one, not just like a surface idea?
Yeah, and they offer a really interesting test for this. The teaching says when you genuinely uncover a belief that's truly out of sync with who you are, it won't feel like this huge psychological battle. It'll suddenly just seem nonsensical, illogical, kind of absurd, actually.
Yeah.
And because it makes no sense to you anymore, you can just drop it, let it go. The energy it was holding just reintegrates.
Right. But what if you think you found it, but you're still feeling the same resistance, the same pattern keeps showing up?
Then, according to this source, you haven't hit the core belief yet. Simple as that. You've maybe found a symptom, or a related idea, but not the root cause. The mirror is just asking you to look a bit deeper inside.
Okay, so pulling it all together, this whole process, following excitement, hitting challenges, it's basically life giving you continuous, really personalized feedback.
Yeah, constantly showing you where to look within yourself to release what's not actually serving you anymore.
So for you listening, maybe think about something in your life right now that feels a bit stuck or difficult, things aren't flowing easily. According to this teaching, what might that situation or that feeling be highlighting for you? What underlying belief could be there, waiting for you to see it as, well, the nonsense it might actually be?
It's all about using life as that perfect reflective mirror.
That's our deep dive for today. Really interesting stuff to think about. Thanks for joining us.